Welcome to reacting to Football Game at School Week 8, Game 4. Let's see the teams. Brandon, Dylan, Carlos. Brandon fumbles Dylan. They're on the same team. I say, no, Brandon. Evil Diego's laugh. Michael, Brian, Salvador, and Jamie are on the team. Michael's running, and then Dylan tackles him. Kind of. Dylan is obviously too strong, so he uses 1% of his energy to tackle Michael after a gain of 5 to 10 yards. And now Michael is wondering what happened, and then Carlos is very impressed in his pajamas, trying to impress Greg pajamas just like last time later, but this time he says he's mobile. Jamie throws it 30 yards. How did Salvador drop that? Salvador is usually one of the most reliable receivers other than Dylan, who's obviously number 1, but Salvador comes in a close second or third. He always catches them usually. So how did he drop that? Michael is disappointed, but he's ready for the next play. Dylan is picking his nose like usual. He's warming up, and now he's telling Brandon the play, and Brandon does not know what's going on like usual. And now he's doing monkey pointing, and Jamie throws it, and it's Dylan should have intercepted it, but it's knocked down, and he throws it to Salvador. Okay. And Salvador hikes it to Jamie, and Jamie gets it, and Jamie looks left and looks right, and looks down the field. It looks like he's going to throw, but he runs for no reason. He's running fast, he's not running, but he throws it. An actually pretty good throw, but he forgot Salvador was short. So Salvador drops it. And now he's laughing because Salvador dropped it twice, and now I'm telling Carlos probably that now Salvador is Carlos, and now everyone is laughing. And now Michael is telling Jamie that I need to be quarterback because I'm the best. And now Michael is quarterback, even though Michael's probably a better receiver. He fakes a handoff to Brian. Brian's wide open. Dylan's just standing there for whatever reason. And Jamie looks like he catches it, but he actually doesn't. And then Brian's celebrating for some reason, even though their team didn't score a touchdown. I guess because he gets to be on our team now. Oh, or not. And now the people in the bleachers are screaming for Jamie, just like his tribute video where his intro was. Ah! They're getting very restless because the play is taking too long, but the play finally gets snapped. Brandon to Carlos. Carlos looking right. He's looking left now. Who's he going to throw it to? Brandon. Brandon catches it. Brandon can't outrun Salvador. That's about a 25-yard throw to Brandon, plus the yards. That was like a 15-yard throw, plus the 10 yards from Brandon. And he hikes it, and Dylan's ready. Dylan's wide open. Dylan's wide open, but he doesn't throw it. He throws to Brian, who actually catches it. Who would have guessed? That was a perfect throw by Carlos. Brian couldn't have dropped that, even though he's got perfect passes, but I guess Carlos just has that perfect touch on the ball that makes it irresistible to catch or something. Carlos is the magic quarterback. Now Brandon is going to take his sweatshirt off like usual, and then Carlos is running to Greg, it looks like. And then this is when we argue about who gets Greg, I think. And then, no, they all say, no, Greg, go to the other team so he could join Pajama Carlos. Now Pajama Greg, Pajama Carlos, and Dylan is punting. And Brandon is still not on the screen. What happened to Brandon? The ball takes a bounce over everybody. And Greg, apparently the only person who could catch Brian, caught him pretty easily. Brandon is still not there. Oh, there's Brandon. He's wearing his Mountain Dew shirt, I think. And he has some sort of food. It looks like a Capri Sun or a cranberry wrapper. Now Jamie's running back, but he runs, and Michael throws a good throw, but he forgot Brian was short, just like Jamie did the same thing to Salvador. And everybody's mad at Brian for some reason, even though that was a bad throw by Michael. It would have been a good throw if he was tall, but no. And that is the sad play. Even Diego was shaking and crying, and somebody just threw a banana peel on the ground. I don't know why. I almost actually get that. Salvador catches it like he should have the first time. Now we have a 7-7 game. Diego just can't take it. He's crying so much. He can't believe that Salvador actually caught the ball, just like Carlos could never actually catch the ball. Brandon is going back deep just in case he punts it 80 yards, just like good Dylan Cadwell punting ability. And Logan, but Dylan Cadwell and Logan are both not there. Salvador is questioning where to punt it. And we're arguing about it, how it's even. And then he's saying, go, go, go. Salvador actually does punt it deep, but not deep enough for Brandon, but deep enough. And then I push Michael again. Brian slips. Can anybody catch Greg? Maybe Michael. Brian's catching up again. Greg's doing his professional juke moves. How did Greg do it? He just juked out everyone. He just made this a 14-7 game. With a punt return, Dylan Cadwell literally came out of nowhere. Everybody's screaming now because Dylan Cadwell came out of the ground. I guess that I talked about Dylan Cadwell's punting ability, and he just came from hell or something just to play, to show his punting ability. And now Dylan Cadwell has the ball, and he's going to punt it. I predicted the future. It wasn't a very good punt, though. And then nobody touches it, and I just down it because nobody wanted my true power. But Dylan Cadwell literally just came out of nowhere, and now he's nowhere again. And I'm just standing there again because... Oh, and Jamie drops it for a second time. Nobody could catch it this game. Diego was laughing. Jamie somehow injured himself. Now Jamie is talking to Michael saying, I'm injured, so I have to play quarterback. And Michael does not listen. He says, screw you, Jamie, you don't get to be quarterback, I'm the pro. And then Brian actually could have caught that, but he actually didn't catch that. And Brian does an okay throw. Diego is still shaking and crying. He can't believe that now Jamie is dropping it. Now everybody is dropping it, and Dylan doesn't even have a single play this game. And he throws it too high for Jamie again. Michael can't throw good. Diego can't believe his eyes that Greg just caught that ball somehow. And that Dylan Henniger still does not have a pro play. But don't worry, he's there. And now he throws to Dylan Cadwell, who jukes out Jamie. And then he tries to juke out Michael, but he can't. Dylan Cadwell has just came out of the ground to take over Dylan Henniger. Dylan Cadwell from hell is Dylan's only enemy. He actually caught it. Dylan's only competitor. The only one that may be stronger than actual Dylan. Brandon is also sad, even though he actually has a play in this game. He has one catch. Brandon has to go talk to Diego.
Don't ruin
now.
it. What are you doing? You're not gonna fuck. He's waiting for you.
Okay. Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Chopo milk. Brandon predicted Chopo milk. Now Michael is running very fast for 15 yards, but somehow only gets 15 yards, even though it looked like he was running faster than most people. Brandon is... Nobody knows where Brandon's going. I guess he got too sad that professional Dylan and him only have like one catch. Salvador just juked out the whole team for a 30-yard touchdown and Jamie's 20-yard throw. That was pretty professional. I think that it is 21-21 now. I wasn't keeping track that much because I was trying to do pro commentary, but I believe it is 21-21. Brandon is gone. Brandon has had enough. He could not believe his eyes. Now since Salvador is catching like normal Salvador, he can't believe his eyes. Greg jukes out Michael and Brian at the same time, but doesn't. Will Dylan Cadwell already has 2 catches, but how about the other Dylan? Oh, there he goes. He actually has a catch. He's finally done it. Can original Dylan, can old Dylan actually compete with new Dylan? That's the question. It's a fumble. I could still throw it, but I don't, because I guess nobody was open. And now Carlos says it's too hard, and then I say that's what she said. Be gentle. This is the when Dylan did not like Carlos. When Carlos did not like Dylan. Because he said be gentle, but now he's not being gentle. And then he finally be gentle and throws it to Greg. And Greg is running, but Brian falls. Did he actually get him? Greg is still running. I think that that's a touchdown. I think that the Dylan team has gone up by 7, 28-21. And the other team is just Michael and Brian. These are pretty fair teams. I guess Brandon left because the teams were not equal. The ball bounces 7 times, and Brian finally gets it. Brian's running pretty slow. Looks like he's just jogging. He's still just kind of running pretty slow, just like a light jog. And then the girl is very concerned because strong Carlos was going against small Brian, and that could have gone the no good. But Brian returns it for 40 yards. Dylan picking his nose like usual. And now Michael pats Jamie on the shoulder like, it's okay, Jamie, I know you're injured. And then Michael gets a snap, and nobody expected that, and he throws it super hard at Jamie for some reason. And Jamie is very confused why he threw it that hard. And even the spectators, the fans, are confused too. Michael gets a snap, throws it 10 yards to Brian, who catches it, who scores, I think, and Carlos does Black Lives Matter for Salvador. And then Salvador says, why did you do that, Carlos? You're not black. Even the fans are now saying, why? The fans are racist, and that team is full of racists because they're telling Carlos why he did Black Lives Matter. And now they're all mad at Carlos, and now Carlos is sad, and now Carlos is gonna called the government to arrest all of them after all, and that's why in week 15, I think it was, or week 16, we saw the army plane because they actually came to arrest their whole team. That's why at the end of the season we didn't see Michael, Jaime, Salvador, or Brian, and we only saw Carlos, me. We didn't see Greg either, but Dylan just throws it, and Carlos actually catches it. But nobody's cheering for him because nobody respects Carlos anymore because he did Black Lives Matter. How could they do this? Why would they do this to Carlos? And now Carlos is making fun of everyone. Now Jamie's doing the Black Lives Matter. And even Salvador is doing the Black Lives Matter too. They're all respecting Carlos's tribute now. And now everybody is silenced because they don't know what happened. They're questioning why they're doing Black Lives Matter now. Dylan Cadwell has like 5 catches and then just elbows Michael in the jaw. And then Michael is now not enjoying it. And the girl is screaming. Dylan throws it like 40 yards. And how did Greg do that? Greg is now the new Brian. Which makes sense because they both are very fast on punt returns, but not that great at catching. And then they get it, and then I fumble Salvador. I finally did something in this game instead of just one catch. I fumbled Salvador. That was the pro play. And it's knocked away by Michael, who probably should have intercepted it, but didn't. And now Jamie says it's way fun, and new Dylan is arguing for old Dylan, saying that old Dylan saved it. And now I get Salvador before he can score, so the Dylan team wins. At least for now. Yep, the Dylan team won. Congratulations. Congratulations to Dylan and Dylan Cadwell for winning the game.